With the traditional pomp and ceremony, the Queen opened Parliament with her annual speech as she announced the government's agenda for the year ahead. The speech included 15 new bills. The Queen said the government's first priority is to strengthen the economy. Other bills included those the government says will help hard-working families and reduce crime. And as usual, the final part of the speech was about foreign policy.
My government will ensure the security, good governance and development of the overseas territories, including by protecting the Falkland Islanders' and Gibraltarians' right to determine their political futures.
But it was foreigners and not foreign policy that made the headlines. Immigration was the key theme in this speech. Both the Liberal Democrats and especially the Conservatives took a thrashing at the local elections last week at the hands of UKIP and their strong anti-immigrant policies. So the coalition government wanted to show that they're tackling the issue as well.
The Queen's speech today was deeply disappointing. It was deeply disappointing for what's there and disappointing for what's missing. It was disappointing for what's there in terms of the focus on immigration is simply pandering to the worst of UKIP's rhetoric. What's also very disappointing is the lack of a real effective action on the economy. The current austerity process is clearly not working.
Experts say that it's the economic crisis that has fueled this anti-immigrant sentiment, as the government tries to divert attention away from the big banks and its own policy failures.
The government has picked up on anxieties about immigration, which have been fuelled by UKIP, but also by the government themselves, by tabloid newspapers and other parts of the media. So it's really culminated in this. It's not going to save the country much money. It's not going to make a huge amount of difference but to the lives of migrants, and it's going to increase discrimination. We can't see any good in this whatsoever.
In fact, many say there is a lot of bad in the current climate that is breeding an accepted form of racism.
If you hear some of the statements being made about Romanians and Bulgarians at the moment, if you take those sentences, take the Romanian word out and put black or Jewish in there, you get a racist thing. It's a new kind of acceptable racism, but it's racism through and through.
A dangerous step to the right then for all mainstream political parties, who are now left trying to dampen the flames of a fire they stoked themselves. Nargis Moualari, Press TV, London.